Welcome to Paddling Adventures Radio. I'm Sean Rowley, and with me is Derek Spesh.
Hello.
Derek, how you doing?
Good day, good day, good day.
What's happening?
Well, as I understand it, winter is upon us. Not
quite,
but
quite,
there.
It's moving south.
Yes, it's moving south. It's catching up to us.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Still some time.
Yeah. What is it? Early in the week or last weekend, I saw some videos out of Winnipeg and other areas in Manitoba, and then midweek there was snow in Sudbury, and
Algonquin got some.
Algonquin got some, yeah. And according to the Weather Network, we're supposed to get hit pretty bad on the weekend, but we won't get much.
Well, that's the beginning of December, right?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
28th is Thursday.
Well, still, yeah, that's like the 30th or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So did I not say good weather up until
you did
the end of November?
You did. It's been pretty warm up until
right.
So yeah, that's
because some days I know what I'm talking about. Other days I just wing it.
The story I read today, they're saying that the weather, like they're wondering who's going to be the first 50 centimeter. Like it's I don't know why 50 centimeters is the thing. Does that meet up with some in inches or something? I don't know. Anyways, they're saying that probably Georgian Bay and area is going to get hit with about 50 centimeters over the next couple days.
So, taking into all the different nature things, how to tell how the weather's going to be.
Yeah,
like we talked about those woolly caterpillars there that had, if there's more black, it's going to be a bad winter. If there's less, or vice versa, whatever. And then if the beehives, wasp nests are close to the ground, it's going to be a mild winter. If they're higher up in the trees, it's going to be a bad weather. So I saw, because you know how most of those nests, the hole is right at the bottom?
Yep.
I saw one that it was sort of out to at the bottom, but facing the side.
Really? Huh.
I'm wondering if that has any bearing on it.
I wonder. You never Googled it?
No. I just saw it, and then we're just talking about this now, and I'm thinking, I remembered.
I should have Googled that
up. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But there was a bit of frost on the window.
Yes.
So it is starting to dip.
Yeah. I had to scrape the other day, early in the week, and it was the first time I scraped the windows this year. So it was like, hey, it's frosty. What's going on?
I remembered the other day I have to get some of that zipper lubricant for my dry suit.
Yes. Did you get it?
And I went online and I was looking for some and I found it. And I went to order it on Amazon before I realized it's $8 at Mountain Equipment or $17 off of Amazon.
That's quite the markup. Amazon's cheaper.
I'm not buying that off Amazon, so I'm going to have to
go to
MEC this weekend and pick some. I should have just had you swing by on your way here.
The new one in
Whitby.
It's in the old Marshalls.
Yeah. Is it Marshalls or Bath and Beauty?
No, it's the old. It's the old Marshalls. It was right in the same mall where Future Shop used to be.
Yeah.
The new one.
No, it's across the street from that.
I looked it up on a map.
Future Shop is on the south side.
No, Best Buy is on the south side.
Oh, is that Best Buy on the south side? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Sears, Best Buy, and everything's on the south side.
Oh, is there a Sears?
Everybody's wondering, what the heck are they talking about?
Yeah, the road. South side of the road. So which side of that road is the chicken on? And why won't he cross? So I'm going to go to Mountain Equipment and pick me up some of that before it gets cold. And I can.
I remember looking it up at Sale, but Sale doesn't have it.
No, which is weird because they carry everything else.
Yeah,
I mean they had they had the Stolquist dry suits and stuff there. And I don't understand why they wouldn't carry that as well. Weird. So what else is going on? Anything?
Not much.
Everything?
Not much. Just waiting for winter.
Same old. Nothing exciting.
I got my Christmas lights up.
Why?
Scared the crap out of me again.
Did you finish them?
I finished them. I finished them, and some of them already fell. So those that double-sided sticky tapes, I hung up some snowflakes, some lit snowflakes on the garage doors.
Okay.
But they fell off.
I don't think you're allowed to call them snowflakes. I think that's politically incorrect. And you're not allowed to hang them on your garage.
Stop being a snowflake. But no, the rest of the lights, I'm going to put up like a couple other things on, like a tree or two or something. But
did you see all the lights I hung this weekend? Come on, what's the answer?
You don't have any lights. I do it for the kids.
I do it for the Grinch. I'm in solidarity with all the other Grinches out there. Down with Christmas lights.
Humbug.
Down with Christmas lights.
Yeah.
I got other things to do. I'll put them up eventually.
It took me... Well, I don't think we had a tree for the first 5 or 6 years. So I just didn't.
See, my thing is, I will dig the crap out and bring it upstairs.
It's somebody else's.
But your responsibility to put it up and decorate and all that. And then I'll take the boxes back downstairs. And then the first week of January, the boxes all reappear in the living room with the expectation that all that
Somebody's
set up stuff
fill this box.
will be disappearing into those boxes. And then I will bury it in the back of the storage closet for another year.
Well, this year we're debating. We haven't decided what we're going to do because because we have 2 new kittens and they will be just about 6 months old at Christmas.
Squirt gun.
Well, we're thinking of not putting up a tree this year or building something like just a kind of outline of a tree on a wall or something. They're a little aggressive, the cats right now. So we don't, we
Well, honestly, you know what? With all the houses in your neighborhood, I think there's plenty of trees up. You're good.
yeah.
You're good. One tree's not going to make a difference.
Like they get everywhere. It amazes me.
That's what cats do.
Yeah. Well, all previous cats was never a problem.
Apparently your previous cats were broken.
No, they would just walk by the tree and look at it and keep walking.
You're mine when they all go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you've just been lucky so far.
I've seen pictures. We've been looking online trying to figure out what to do, and so the algorithm, of course, brings it up. And I've seen people who strip the tree bare except for the top foot, so the top foot is lit. And the rest of it is just bare trunk. I've seen people who have built a fence, like a chicken cage.
That just barrows them in there.
I've seen some where they've hung the tree from the ceiling.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Nothing good comes from that. All that becomes is a giant swing.
Yeah, exactly.
For the cats.
So we don't know what to do.
Put it up and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Just, you know what? Just put lights on it. Don't put any decorations on it.
Yeah. There's
that way they
option.
climb and
and I've been thinking about getting one of those Nerf guns. Mm-hmm. And just shooting the cats every time they go near the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give them a squirt or something, a squirt bottle.
Yeah.
Because that way, if they hit the electric lights at the same time, they get wet and a little shock.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll teach them.
Yeah. They've taken to we bought one of those watering things, like a gerbil watering thing, but it's a container. It holds a lot of water. Mm-hmm. So you snap the top into the bottom, turn it upside down, fill it with water, turn it back upside right, and fills the reservoir, and it bubbles out. Whatever. Anyways, we've discovered that the cats and we saw them do it twice. They come up and just push it over, and it's like, what are you doing? That's your water. So we've had to clean up a lot of water. We can't use that thing. We can't water them with that now. Now it has to be a shallow dish on the floor.
You need one like ours.
Well, I was thinking about that too.
Fountain thing.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too.
Go to PetSmart. They sell a bunch of different varieties.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe we should just leave a toilet seat up for them.
See?
Drink out of the toilet. That's all you get now. They can't knock the toilet over. I hope.
No, but they could slip in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it will be funny.
Somebody got a swirly.
let the hilarity ensue.
Anyway, enough about my cats.
Yeah, we've not had issues. The cats will lay under it and wander around and look at it, but we don't hang anything on the lower branches, so they don't see anything. Yeah. There's nothing there to cause them to look a second time. Yeah.
Huh.
As long as there's nothing dangling underneath.
But did you have them a tree in house when they were kittens? Yeah. Oh, did you? When did you? They were 6 months old when you got them.
4 months old, I think, something like that. Yeah.
So ours were,
and same with their last cats. Our last cats
super
did the
young.
same thing.
Ours were super young when we got them. So they're well. here's another thing. We're getting them fixed.
Yep.
And so the vet says, here's some dates. These are the dates that are good. It's about this time. I said, yeah, make sure it's a Friday. That way, when they come back from their surgery, that we'll have them for the weekend to make sure that, there's nothing weird going on with them. And so they go, how about Friday, December 13th? It's like, perfect. Friday the 13th. So I have a tuxedo cat. So the black cat is going to be neutered on Friday the 13th. The cat's going to say, Friday the 13th, bad luck, bad luck.
You've doomed yourself for at least the next, the lifetime of the cat. Way to go, buddy.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah. Friday the 13th, they're getting surgery. These free cats are not so free.
Nothing in life is free. Speaking about nothing in life being free.
Yeah.
Do you remember 2 episodes ago we talked about that guy that faked his death?
Oh, yes.
Down in Wisconsin.
I've thought about that so much, and I think it's like trying to plan a perfect crime. It's like, oh, I could have done that so much better.
Right? It's like all these people that watch these crime shows on TV.
Yeah.
So we've taken to watching these different TV shows, and we're getting to the point where we're guessing. Oh, it's going to happen. This guy had something to do with that guy. To the point where even I'm getting annoyed that I'm doing it. And then half the time, well, more than half the time, we're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because you pick up on all these. It's like, I got to stop watching these shows because now I'm just thinking like...
predictability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this American guy, Ryan Borgwart, who's from Green Lake, Wisconsin, went out in mid-August and faked his own kayaking death.
Yeah, so his kayak, his wallet and
fishing gear, kayak,
so it
everything.
looks like the typical stuff you would keep with you was left behind. So it's like, well, he doesn't have bank cards, he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that.
Yep.
So he must have drowned.
And there was a search for him for 54 days.
Yeah, a long search.
And they found digital evidence that led them to suspect he'd fled.
Yes.
And they think he is in Uzbekistan.
Oh, yeah?
So they were sending out all these like, hey, Ryan, your family misses you. Please at least send us a message to say that you are okay and alive, blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently he sent investigators a video.
Well, they were harassing him. There was a lot of information being put out, so he had to do something.
Yeah.
His cover was blown.
So he's proved that he is safe from his hideout in Eastern Europe. So they figure he's in Uzbekistan. They say that he owes them $40,000 US for the cost of the search. Could be charged with obstructing the investigation into his disappearance. It's confirmed that he's been communicating with authorities and that a video has been sent to prove his existence. The great news is knowing that he's alive and well. Bad news is we do not know where Ryan exactly is, and he has not yet decided to return home. I have a feeling if you're faking your death, chances are you don't want to return home.
He did it for a reason.
Officers asking questions only the father of 3 could know, asking him to make a video of himself. In the footage, he appears to be in an apartment before confirming the date as November 11th, saying he was safe. However, refused to reveal where exactly, but authorities suspect he's somewhere in Eastern Europe. During the investigation, authorities discovered he had taken out a $375,000 life insurance policy in January, although it was for his family, not him.
So it's like he was trying to leave money behind for his family.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fake
because
my
if
death.
they didn't figure out that he faked his death,
they'd gain some money and they'd be better off after he's gone.
Right. In the video, he's seen wearing an orange T-shirt and addressing the camera calmly. Good evening, it's Ryan Borgwart. He says today, November 11th. It's approximately 10 a.m. by you guys. I'm in my apartment. I am safe, secure, no problem. Motives remain unclear, although authorities are now exploring possible financial incentives behind his staged disappearance.
But there'd be no financial incentives for him.
Maybe getting rid of his debts.
Oh, maybe. Maybe if he had a lot of debts.
Maybe he had some gambling people after him.
Maybe.
He now faces potential legal repercussions in the U.S., including the bill from authorities for the extensive search operations. Additionally, he could face obstruction charges for his actions, which diverted significant resources in what was initially presumed a tragic accident.
Huh. Yeah, it was... it's one of those things. It's like like on the surface. I think he's planning. If they hadn't scanned his passport, which they're gonna do at the border, so he scanned his passport, got scanned electronically, crossing from the U.S. into Canada, and so that left a trail.
If he would have had a fake passport, they would have still figured he was in the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So anybody that's looking to copy this guy, get a fake passport. The moral of the story.
Yeah.
And the minute he found out that he used it, they found him because of his passport.
Yes.
There was a large... Oh!
Yeah. Man. He planned poorly.
The one bug in his plan.
Yeah, exactly. If he had found... Like, here I am trying to plan his escape better. But yeah, if he had crossed, there's so many border crossings where you can be smuggled across. You can, pay any number of people to do it, and it's done all the time. And or there's also non-monitored crossings. He could have just snuck across, but no. He says,
well, he still would have needed it. Like, how did he get on the airplane?
Well, see, nobody ever's talked about that,
right?
Because apparently he had pre-purchased some airline tickets, right? He had pre-purchased them. But, he could have, without flying, you could have prearranged, because apparently you can pay to, like, all these tankers, these working boats.
Yeah.
Like sea container ships. You can pay to do a crossing on them. It takes a lot longer, but you can do that.
Yeah, that'd be a couple months, though, right?
No, it's usually port to port. It's, you leave like Montreal and you can be in like Europe somewheres within 10 days or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were slower than that.
No, they're pretty quick. They're slower if you have to cross through the Panama Canal and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you're doing the Cape Horn,
down around South America.
Yeah, down around South America.
Yeah. People listen to our show going, hey, thanks for the tips, fellas.
But yeah, he could just jump on one of those ships and, I'm doing a vacation.
It all comes down to that passport. He's going to have to show his passport somewhere along the way.
Somewheres, yes. So he would have had to figure that out. And so, I don't know, maybe he should have...
Because even going through all the European states...
Yeah.
Or countries.
It's really easy to cross across borders in Europe until you get into, like,
Uzbekistan?
Those ones you'll have to show a passport.
See? Right? Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
But you can also bribe the officials at the border crossing. And
I was never
I have
here.
No idea. I'm trying to get to my girlfriend's house.
I see nothing.
Exactly.
No, they're all just going, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel your pain, dude. I wish I could walk away from all my bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out what exactly happened. So, So, if he fakes his death, if he's all intents and purposes dead, does that end their marriage?
Not if he's not dead.
Till death do us part. Well, he was dead for a while.
He was dead for 54 days, yeah.
So, asking for a friend. Hey, remember how we had that discussion? I think it may have been the same one. If you ever want to know if you are going to have a good relationship with somebody, you should go paddling.
Paddling or camping.
With them.
Yeah.
So there's a little, I guess, on one of those daytime shows. Ted Danson's got a new TV show out.
He's a spy in an old age home.
Yeah, the man on the inside.
Yeah.
So, Ted Danson from Cheers. He's married to Mary Steenburgen. And it's a rare Hollywood coupling that has stood the test of time.
Yeah, they've been married for how long?
The pair who met at an audition in the 80s, reconnected in the 90s, married in 95, will celebrate their 30th wedding anniversary in 2025. Wasn't necessarily a foregone conclusion that the two would stand the test of time. Danson had been married twice, Steenburgen one, before they got together. But Danson says their first kiss contained clues of how they would negotiate the rest of their lives together. First time we kissed was on a river in a canoe in Mendocino. It was when we both went, "Oh, hello." But, oh, hello. Didn't see you there. But in Danson's eyes, the location of the first kiss wasn't just random. You learn a lot when you watch couples paddle together, he said. You go, that relationship's not going to work. Yeah, sometimes when you see people paddling together and there's just nonstop arguing, and yeah, that's not going to work out. For Danson and Steenburgen, however, the canoe ride was a sign of how their lives together would work out. It was also sort of a path of our lives because I was in the back and she kept going, "Oh, let's go around the next curve." And I kept going, "Oh, okay." And that's our life now. She keeps going around another curve and I'm like, "Can't we just..." Nope, no. Although Danson finally remembers their early relationship and proposal, he says that life with Steenburgen has even better 3 decades in. You love each other and you're madly in love when you fall in love, and you're now 30 years later still madly in love, but your love is like so much bigger because it is deeper and has life behind it. How will the pair celebrate their 30th? Danson revealed that their anniversary tradition honors the location of their first kiss. But as the years pass, the celebrations have gotten a bit less ambitious. To remember the first canoe date, we would get on the water. We would take a canoe out every anniversary, said Danson. And then as the years went by, we jumped in the ocean, and then in the pool, then a bathtub. I have no idea where we go now. A glass of water? Danson has been out promoting his new Netflix show, A Man on the Inside, in which he plays a college professor who is hired by a private detective to go undercover in a senior living facility. So, it's not just the regular folk that...
Yeah. And it's funny to learn that inside bit about somebody, right? Because it's like you see him as Cheers and all the other stuff he's played, but they have a love of the water and they canoe. And I don't know if they canoe as much as they used to. Like he said, it's, now it's down to a glass of water.
They're getting older.
Yeah, exactly. So not as easy to paddle. But that's kind of cool that they their first date together and first kiss was in a canoe.
And
they tried to do the canoe every year.
Well, you learn a lot watching couples paddle together. You go, that relationship's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
Hey, you people. Yeah. Take the canoe back. Call it a day. Save yourself some time and money. Oh, Trent University.
Yes.
Trent.
I heard about this.
Launched a traditional handcrafted birch bark canoe, which was done on campus. Launched it in the Otonabee River and showcased it to the public. Month-long project marks the culmination of a project that has increased the visibility of and engagement in Indigenous culture among the campus community. It's also always great when they're starting to get people involved in this sort of thing. and put it like front and center so people can see.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, somebody built a birch bark canoe. But to actually day in and day out, seeing it as you're walking by and seeing the progression of it and stuff like that, and it's right out in the open where everybody can see it, right? It's not hidden in the back little wood shop or something. Named Enhay, the canoe was officially launched by Métis canoe builder Alex Labelle. Name is an affirmative response that complements the expression of gratitude in Miigwech and honors the connections made during the building and profound appreciation for the gifts and lessons provided by the people involved, nature, and the creator, according to Trent University. Birch bark canoe is more than a vessel. It is a vital piece of technology that has sustained Indigenous peoples for generations, says Dr. Don Memi Lavelle, Harvard, director of First Peoples House of Learning at Trent. It enables trade, travel, hunting, and the gathering of food and medicine. By bringing together people from across the university and the community, this project has demonstrated what reconciliation looks like in action. Doing hands-on work, thinking about knowledge holders in a different way, and showing that these knowledges are just as important now as they ever were. And that's what we've been saying every time we hear these stories about somebody else is making a birch bark canoe or a dugout canoe. And the big thing now, I mean, for a while it's been somebody's redoing it. Somebody's relearning how to do it. And now it seems to be, okay, people are taking the knowledge that they've relearned and getting other people to help.
Yes.
Getting the community, getting passers-by and everything. That seems to be the way these things are going now.
Mm-hmm. Creating an environment for it.
Mm-hmm, which is pretty cool. A part of the reconciliation is creating space for Indigenous knowledge in places like libraries, which have long marginalized it. Over the past month, Alex has shared his knowledge in a way that is physical, embodied, and deeply meaningful. This project brought the work of reconciliation out of the theoretical and into the practical and material, giving students and staff a chance to connect with Indigenous traditional knowledge firsthand.
Very cool.
That'd be cool to do that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, just to be able to go down and
be able to see it, be able to participate in it.
Well, you know, you get you're at university, you got a couple of spares between one class and the next. Yeah. So you head on down there and lend a hand for an hour.
It's so different from, like, I've seen videos, we've both seen videos of them building birch bark canoes and so on, but to actually physically watch it with your own eyes in person and not on video, I think it would be a more impactful event. I
would think so, because you're actually seeing and can ask questions. There's the Caesar's birch bark canoe on National Film Board of Canada. Oh man, I'm forgetting. National Film Board of Canada. If you want to see an authentic Caesar's birch bark canoe, he builds this from scratch. Yeah. Using the old ways to do it. It shows them
harvesting bits of trees, shows them harvesting the bark, harvesting the sap, and making the tar and so on, right? It goes through all the steps.
Yeah, so, I mean, you watch that and you're like, that's pretty cool. But you've always got the little questions, like, I wonder what...
How about this? Why'd you do it that way?
Yeah, why wouldn't you do this? Why wouldn't you do that? And so by going down and actually watching and lending a hand, you can ask those little questions, right? Saying, like, how come you're doing like and that and how does this become
Tell me
that?
About the process.
And,
tell me more.
Yeah, so there you can learn more that way, and it that little bit of knowledge is then spread. And next time you're having a chat with somebody, go, oh, I learned. And then you can throw that little bit of knowledge, and it just goes outwards from there, right? Yeah, so, you know, they're getting students and everybody else a chance to connect with Indigenous traditional knowledge firsthand by letting them participate. Following the naming, LaBelle launched from the west bank of the Otonabee River and paddled the canoe to the east bank of campus. It was carried to the gathering space in Trent's First People's House of Learning for a celebratory feast to be displayed permanently.
Cool.
It's great to know that the FPHL and Trent students will put this canoe to use. Often people will put them up as a museum piece, and we're trying to bring canoes like this out of museums and back into life. My time at Trent has been great. Great people and lots of interest in the project. I hope this has shown people that you can go into the bush and find all the materials you need to build a canoe.
Mm-hmm.
And this is exactly it. We've talked about this. Where is he getting the big pieces of bark, or is he having to put together
smaller
pieces here?
Yeah.
Now we've talked about the guy that did the one out east, and he still had to piece together smaller pieces, but there's still some big chunks.
Yep.
And where we go paddling, between Toronto as far north as Temagami, I'm not seeing massive birch trees where you
exactly
get.
Yeah.
So how many smaller pieces is he having to put together? It's going to look like a patchwork birch bark
Frankenstein
canoe. So these are the kind of questions. If you're there, you can just go up and say, "Hey, okay, I got a list of questions longer than my arm." Well, and that's another thing. How thick is the birch bark?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you can peel off that little really thin
but
paper
it has to be
piece.
thick enough to withstand somebody kneeling in it, right?
And keeping the water out until it soaks in, and then it weighs 20,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is you don't see. You're right. They're right here. You don't see them out.
Mm-hmm.
They make these, and then they're put on display somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they're tucked away.
It's not one of the
brand new museum piece, and they're actually going to.
It's not like one of the you go out and spend all this money on a Kevlar canoe. You don't need to worry about it.
Put it behind glass.
But I mean, these ones here, you don't. It'd be cool to be paddling down and see somebody paddling by.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, our buddy Mike Burns there, he does the cedar strips and the skin on frames.
Yep.
But to see someone come by in a...
Fascinating.
Which also reminds me about the corn husk or corn stalk boat I was thinking about making.
What?
Remember we talked?
Oh, yeah.
So when it comes harvest time,
like a
reed boat, but out of the corn stalks.
Yeah.
They're just munching the crap out of those things.
What do you mean?
I was watching the harvesters go by because there's a couple cornfields just north of us, and there's nothing left. They're just gone, cut down right at the bottom, and gone.
Well, they mulch them up into cow feed, right?
I should have gone and do a midnight run. Get like about 20 different farmer fields of corn, and just. Okay, so that's one bundle from this guy, one bundle from that, and just leave a nice pile of corn.
What you could do, you probably have enough room. You'd lose access to most of your yard, but you can grow a crop of your own corn in the backyard.
I don't think that'd be enough.
No?
No. And what am I going to do with all that corn? It's not like I can eat it.
No, but you could
I could sell it to buy more corn stalks.
You could have your own farm booth on your front yard.
My own front yard. Yeah, help support Sean's corn boat. Buy corn. Proceeds go to Sean to buy more corn stalks. Yeah. I there's got to be a way to do that because, like I say, I'm trying to avoid doing the hitting up all the swamps and harvesting cattail bulrushes.
Weeds,
right.
Huh.
And I gotta think the corn stalks would be firmer, thicker.
I don't know if they're hollow or not. I can't remember. Because my dad used to grow corn all the time.
I just stay away from corn all the time.
Yeah, you do.
So.
I'm not allergic to corn, so.
Yeah. The hunt continues.
Yeah.
I gotta find somebody that's a corn farmer and sit down and have a chat with them. And just sort of figure out how many corn stalks per bundle.
Or if it would even be
feasible.
If it would be feasible.
I 100% think it would be feasible.
Yeah.
I would lay money the fact that it would be feasible.
Problem is if the stalks are too hollow, they'll draw in water.
Well, no, because you're squishing them together, right?
Yeah, okay.
To make these solid...
Fibrous mat.
Yeah, well, not a mat, but a bundle.
Yeah.
And you're compressing it. Mm-hmm. So it's this, yeah. I would guarantee you it is 1,000% doable. It's just a matter of doing the math to find out how many stalks per bundle, how many bundles.
I need buoyancy. I need to be able to carry
how
the
much
weight
to
of
carry my fat ass down the river. I'm sure it's doable. Mm-hmm. I would lay money on doable.
But how navigable would it be?
The HMS Cornstalk. Just going to sail that bad boy right across Lake Ontario from Canada to the United States.
There's the float your fanny down to Ganny every year, right?
That would destroy it. That would absolutely destroy it. Yeah, this would be a nice little calm river, lake shore sort of harvesting type boat.
And then when it's in storage, like raccoons and mice would get into it and start eating it. And
yeah, that'd be the thing. I'd have to figure out some way to protect it over the winter, right? Pull it out from the spring and there's this massive hole where it's filled with like 800 mice. Yeah. Because they made it their home over the winter.
Anybody listening can supply Sean with corn stalks to make a boat.
Yeah, anybody that's got information on corn. If you know a corn farmer,
or if they are one,
it's
possible we have some farmers out there listening to the podcast.
Yeah, and if you're in Southern Ontario, even better.
Exactly. If
you know
going to Europe for corn,
why not? Yeah, Derek will go to Europe for corn, or the farthest reaches of the United States.
We need a sea container.
Well, and see, that's the other thing. Is like, how much would you need?
You don't know. You'd have to get too much because you're going to wreck some.
See, because it would be easier if you actually bundled it at the farm. And then you could carry it home and form the bundles into the finished product.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Interesting. Would it be a 2-man corn boat or one-man corn boat, or you can make a big raft?
I think it would be a corn boat for a man and his dog.
Yeah, a man and a dog.
Yeah, or a man and some gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine passing somebody on a portage and he's got this cornstalk boat over his head?
What did I just see?
Right? Followed by some dude with a birch bark canoe, somebody else with a skin-on-frame canoe. Like, they wouldn't know what, they'd just turn around and go back home.
What's going on?
What's going on?
It's not safe to be out here.
I've seen things. That'd be awesome.
Yes, it would.
Okay, so let's go to New Zealand for a minute. Or two.
I'd like to go there for a lot more than a minute.
All right, let the name butchering begin.
Oh, here we go.
So here's an article, 5 best places in New Zealand for paddling tours. So whether it's by kayak or canoe, there are plenty of options to get on the water around New Zealand. Here are 5 of the best paddling tours you can take if you're heading to New Zealand.
How lovely would it be to go and paddle in New Zealand?
Because it's summer down there right now. Where we're heading into winter, they're heading into spring.
Yeah.
Right? So Auckland. Proving that not all tours have to be off the beaten track, Auckland Sea Kayaks offers a host of trips in and around the Big Smoke. One of its most popular tours is a sunset kayak to Rangitoto Island. Visitors paddle across to the dormant volcano. Now, see, I've read this about 20 times, and this is the first time I realize it says to the dormant volcano. I've read it like visitors paddle across the dormant volcano 20 times now, which is why I thought this was so cool.
Oh, you thought it was in the old flooded body of a volcano?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this one isn't as cool anymore. It's just, yeah.
Take it out.
Yeah, forget this one. Visitors paddle across to the dormant volcano before going on a guided hike to the summit and then returning to a healthy Kiwi-style barbecue dinner.
Nice.
After the feed, it's a paddle back across The harbor as the sun sets and the lights
What
twinkle.
harbor's that?
That would be the Waitemata Harbor.
Hey, you did that pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just winging it as I go.
'Cause
Buddy.
you skipped it over at the first time.
There's days where I just skip over some things, especially some of the names when we're talking about things going on in India.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce 400 letters in a row.
Yeah.
As the sun sets and lights twinkle across the city, it is $195 a person with the barbecue dinner and refreshments included.
Nice.
I mean, a barbecue dinner here is, you go for barbecue and you're like $30 easy anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So you got the tour, the guide, the rentals, $195.
That'd be a fun day.
Yeah.
And plus, you're in New Zealand.
Right?
How bad can that be?
AucklandSeaKayaks.co.nz. Lake Taupo. You can either you take a half day or a full day tour. This is your chance to get up close to the Rangi. Hooked on phonics, baby. Mine Bay Maori rock carvings. Work by artist Matahi Brightwell towers 14 meters above the water of Lake Taupo. Learn about the surrounding area, grab some lunch, go rock jumping, or dive in for a swim. There are also motorized kayaks available for the disabled and those who are unable to paddle due to injury or other health reasons. Half day, $145 per adult, minimum 2 people to run the trip, $125 per child. Full day is $295 per person, $250 per person for groups of 4 and up. TKA.co.nz.
Very cool.
Wanganui River. Best way to see the most beautiful spots in the country is from the safety of your canoe. As well as the breathtaking scenery around the river, learn about the history and culture of the region as you navigate through easy grade 1 and 2 rapids on an all-inclusive tour. Gourmet food is included, as well as all the equipment, shuttles, and campsite fees and guides. 3-day tour starts at $1,145 for adults, $945 for kids. 5-day tour is $1,445 for adults and $1,295 for children. Considering that's all your rentals, a guide, your food, gourmet food apparently, shuttles, everything. Not too shabs. Canoesafaris.co.nz.
That sounds awesome.
Or NZ if you're in other countries.
Yeah.
The Dart River. Proudly owned by Nagai Tahu Tourism, Dart River Adventures showcases the stunning UNESCO World Heritage Site that is Mount Aspiring National Park.
Oh.
Full day experience starts with either a pickup in Queenstown or meeting at the Glenorchy base before participants get kitted out and driven up the Dart River in a jet boat.
That sounds fun.
Right? Then dropped off to the Fun Yaks. What's a Fun Yak, I hear you ask?
I was going to ask that.
It's an inflatable canoe in which you float and paddle downstream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, they're inflatable canoes, kayaks. They call them Fun Yaks. There's a catered lunch and a possible swim for those brave enough. And they don't mention, but I seem to remember something about alligators.
Oh, what?
Crocodilia. Yeah.
In New Zealand?
Yeah. Well, Australia. It's right there.
I suppose, but you're off the mainland, right?
So? Hey, we can't go over there and try to kill people because that's not in Australia. All the spiders, no, you can't go to New Zealand. Stay here. Sharks, get away from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Well, you think they care, Derek? Off-peak prices for adults start at $4.29 and $3.29 for children, aged 5 to 15. Derek's 15. All right, you get your discount, buddy. $100 off. dartriver.co.nz. And the fifth and final one is the Abel Tasman National Park. Park is already a well-known jewel in New Zealand's crown, but here's a chance to travel to parts of it few others have reached. 3-day kayaking tour takes in the coastline from the beautiful Totaranui, Awaroa, to the golden shores of Marahau.
I think so.
Northern section is seldom visited by others, while the middle of the park offers lagoons and rocky outcrops. Southern section showcases 12 stunning beaches. Tour is fully catered and all equipment is supplied. I like these because all the food's included.
Yes, that's important.
I'm having a great time paddling. Feed me.
Yes.
Give me food.
And it's for a 3-day kayaking tour. The price is not too bad.
$1,199, $1,200 a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is it? abeltasmankayaks.co.nz.
Abel Tasman. It's the national park.
Abel Tasman kayaks. Abel hooked on phonics, baby. abeltasmankayaks.co.nz. Some days there's just no connection in this mind of mine.
Have you ever been to New Zealand?
No.
Imagine it's an expensive flight.
See, that's the big killer of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like the guy we made comment or talk about this at work. There's a couple people that are going to be richer than all the people in the world. Number one, the first guy that can invent a shrink ray. So if you got to move something massive, like a train car, you point this gizmo, it shrinks the train car, you pick it up, you move it, and then
transporters.
Yeah. And the next guy is going to be his cousin who invents the transporter.
Yeah.
So you can go from here, and instead of paying $2,000 for a flight and 24 hours or whatever it is, you're there, fraction of the cost, right? I'd still pay $500 for a transport to Australia. Saves me $1,500 that I can now go on a guided canoe tour and eat.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is my dream.
Let's do it.
If this is all that would make me happy in life, how bad can my life be? But yeah, if you check out Abel Tasman National Park, the Dart River, Lake Taupo, the Wanganui River, and that, just start looking at these places. Like the scenery is like phenomenal. It's amazing there. You know, I mean, we go up north and we see all this great stuff, but this is a different type. You're seeing different land, geography,
more mountainous,
different trees and stuff, and animals.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go.
Would you rather fight a moose, a bear, or an alligator?
None of them.
Well, you don't have a choice. It's not one of the options. None. There was not a D option.
So I would automatically say moose, but then I hear that the moose actually hurt more people each year than bears, and moose are very dangerous.
Not if you jump on his back.
Oh, you're not going to ride a moose.
Who's going to stop you?
The moose? The moose.
Not if you got him by the horns, the antlers.
You're asking for trouble. They're dangerous animals.
No, look at my thinking is the moose at least has handles.
Yeah.
A bear and an alligator don't. They're just teeth and claws.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a better chance with the moose if you can dodge the first initial blow.
Yeah.
Get to the side, jump up like you're on a horse, and hang on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to go for a 40-mile run. But A, there's no teeth and claws. B, you're not going underwater and being spun around.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, there is that.
See? I think about these things at night, Derek. These are the things that keep me up.
I'm trying to think what your best chance of survival is.
Oh, there's no surviving. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
But I think your best chance would be the moose.
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking of moose, his little cousin, the deer.
Oh.
There's this little funny one that you sent me.
This just baffled me when I saw this today.
Andrea Arnold knows a lot about what goes on in the village of McBride.
McBride, British Columbia.
Community of about 600 people in the Robson Valley. As a reporter for the Rocky Mountain Goat newspaper.
The Rocky Mountain Goat.
She keeps track of wildfires, local sports teams, and pretty much everything happening in the picturesque Mountain Valley town that lies a 200-kilometer drive east of Prince George, BC.
So it's just a big valley. I looked it up on the map.
Yeah.
And it's just a big valley
town
with farms and whatnot.
Nothing quite prepared Arnold for what she saw while driving through town on a Sunday afternoon. A vehicle in front of me had slowed right down, which is not abnormal because there are deer that cross the highway, but this one was wearing a high-vis jacket. And there are pictures.
Yep.
She managed to snap 2 photos which show a deer fully wrapped in a jacket with strips of reflective material before the animal walked away, but she still couldn't quite process what she had seen.
What was that?
I was like, what? Well, like, what? Joe Rich, who owns a tow shop along the highway through town, says he saw the deer in the woods around the same time. Said he managed to take a closer look at the deer, and it was clearly dressed in a jacket with its legs placed through the sleeves. It zipped right up, he said.
And that's the thing that baffles me. The person who put this on the deer,
right,
zipped it up.
Someone obviously had to tackle this thing, put the jacket on it. First, I thought maybe it got tangled up in it, but on second glance, that's not the case.
No.
Arnold posted her photos to Facebook hoping to get some answers, but so far has mostly gotten more speculation and lots of jokes. Such as, if you're cold, they're cold as well. Let them inside. A deer on its way to work, trying to pass as a hunter.
Look at me, I'm safe.
Others speculate someone wanted to protect the deer from getting hit by a vehicle. Rich says he thinks it might be a practical joke and pointed out that even though the deer seems unbothered at the moment, it could cause problems down the line. It needs the game warden's attention because it won't survive like that, he says, saying if it can't shed its fur, it could develop disease.
Yeah.
This is a new one, Eamon MacArthur, BC Conservation Officer Service said. I've had deer with Christmas lights in their antlers, but never anything like this. Garther said as long as the animal doesn't seem to be stressed, the jacket was unlikely to cause it any harm. We'd hope if it gets caught on anything, it would rip off. But he encouraged people to keep an eye out for the deer and report any new sightings, especially if the deer seems distressed or trouble. He said people should not approach wild deer nor put clothes on them.
You would think you wouldn't have to say that.
That's what he said. I didn't think I'd have to specify that one. Usually they're pretty quick. Arnold said there are some people in town who sometimes provide food for the deer, but to dress a deer would require someone to get the jacket around the wild animal's legs and zip it up. And she would like to learn how that happened.
I would too.
I don't need to know who, she said. I just want to know how. So my personal thoughts are, I've got 3 personal thoughts here. 1, it was a total 100% hold my beer and watch this moment.
Check this out.
Number 2, all you got to do is find out who went to work and said they lost their jacket.
Hey, boss, I need a new jacket. I lost my high-vis jacket.
Look for, it's got to be a larger person for their jacket to fit a deer.
You'd think. Yeah.
Like, you're thinking like at least extra large or bigger.
Yeah. And from the photos, it looked like it was a decent-sized deer.
Yeah. So... Hey, Fred, hold my beer and watch this.
It's nothing to do with paddling, but we just had to share it because it was just so off the wall and surreal. Like, they put it on the deer and zipped it up. I think, and they had to have tranquilized the deer or something.
They would have had to do something.
Yeah.
Because...
A deer's not going to sit still for that, right? And maybe it's an escape from a petting zoo or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
They're taking it out for a walk or something, or transferring it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see stuff on the internet all the time. There's people, such and such saved a deer, and it comes back every year. Now it hangs around, and maybe it was this. Maybe it was a half-tamed deer. A wild tame deer.
Yeah.
And they just, here, it's hunting season. Put this on. And they, okay, well.
Put him in hunter's orange.
Right? Give him a hat. Why did they give him a hat? If they're giving him a jacket, give him a hat and some boots.
Yeah, exactly. Elmer
Maybe
Fudd
he lost his boots.
Needs an Elmer Fudd hat.
Right?
So wild.
That's funny. I got one last one here. Lancaster, Pennsylvania. You ever been there?
No, I've never been to Pennsylvania.
Really?
Never been. Have you?
I have been to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Lancaster, Pennsylvania happens to be a train town.
Oh, there you go.
And one year, there was a certain little boy in our house who thoroughly enjoyed Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, okay.
And Lancaster, Pennsylvania puts on a day with Thomas the Tank Engine.
Ah.
And they actually have a real steam train,
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, so they built it up.
They've actually, I think it comes over from England. They brought, and it goes to different spots across the United States.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we went down there, and he had no clue. And they make you park far away,
Yeah.
and then everybody hops school buses, and they take you to the train station.
Yeah.
And all these other kids wearing Thomas shirts didn't clue him in because I think he was like
Surprise.
7 or something, so
Yeah.
it didn't really clue in. And then we're standing there, and down and you go on rides.
Yep.
On the train, and we see the smoke coming, so I put him up on my shoulders and said, "Hey, look down there," and he just lost it because there comes Thomas. I don't know if you've seen Thomas the Tank Engine. He's got the big face on the front, and all bright blue and highlights and different colors and stuff. And so yeah, that was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Why did we start this conversation again? So Lancaster County has no equal in Pennsylvania with the number of people who paddle canoes, kayaks, and paddleboards on lakes, rivers, and streams. Apparently, not only is it a railroad town, it's a paddling town.
Yes.
We're going railroading and paddling. They all rode in on the railroad so they could go paddling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. 2023, 7,378 people brought launch permits for these unpowered craft in Lancaster County.
There you go. It's popular.
With the surge in popularity comes the need for education about the dangers that can lurk. Though paddling is slower and more placid than using power boats, safe paddling requires knowledge of the way of water and how to handle your craft. Yeah, because, I mean, you got to know the currents and all that sort of thing and how to navigate. Because, I mean, with a power boat, you just, like, gun it.
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
you just go.
Of all 564 boating deaths recorded in the U.S. in 2023 by the U.S. Coast Guard, 95 were caused by kayak accidents, 43 involved canoes, 11 involved stand-up paddleboards. Operator inattention was the number one cause, and operator inexperience was number 4. In Pennsylvania, of 7 boating accidents of all types that resulted in 8 deaths in 2023, 4 involved kayaks or canoes. Only one of the victims was wearing a life jacket. All comes back to the wearing of the life jackets.
Yeah.
Always.
Your odds go up so greatly.
For all these reasons, Dave Eschler of Mount Joy has been an instructor for Commission's boating safety and water awareness courses for more than 30 years at Donegal High School, where he was a health, physical, and outdoors education teacher. Made more than 400 of his students safe paddlers. Now, after a brief retirement from teaching his beloved outdoor education classes, the local 62-year-old Deputy Waterways Conservation Officer is starting the safety and awareness classes again, this time for the benefit of the general public. If you got somebody that does this and they've retired and you can convince them to keep it going.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you got that many people wanting to paddle. You have these situations that could happen, he explains. He's a longtime outward bound instructor as well, now teaching veterans. You're safe by doing these classes, and you can also tell your friends what you know, and it passes on down the road. After retiring, through his church in Glossbrenner Church in Mount Joy, They tried to buy Eichler's canoes, kayaks, and trailers when the high school put them up for public bid. Church lost out. Undaunted, Eichler drafted an application to the PFBC for a grant designed to recruit, retain, or bring back people to boating and fishing in the state. July, the church was awarded $20,600 grant. 7 canoes, a trailer, paddles, and personal flotation devices were purchased. He bought canoes instead of kayaks because canoes can fit 2 to a boat, thus enlarging class size. A lot of people feel more comfortable in a canoe as well.
Yeah.
Because you're not stuck in it.
Yeah, I
right?
feel more comfortable in a canoe.
In September, he had the bright red canoes in PCBC's Speedwell Forge Lake for a maiden voyage with Maytown Boy Scout Troop 53 and leaders. 4 scouts were certified. Certifications, aside from imparting recreationalists with skills to safely paddle, and to help others in accidents, also can be used in all 50 states to use personal watercraft. Is also required to operate a boat with a motor larger than 25 horsepower if born after January 1st, 1982. Sounds like our boat safety card.
Sounds very similar.
His classes involve about 4 hours of classroom training of such things as basic paddling strokes, how to be safe when a kayak or canoe capsizes, how to float with PFDs on, how to retain body heat in cold water, boat-on-boat rescues, and more. This is all stuff you need to know.
Yes.
Second half of the course is on-the-water training of these things. Value of what he teaches was driven home once when Eichler was paddling through the Delaware Water Gap on the Delaware River with his father. They came across 2 paddlers floating in the water, their canoes capsized and their gear at the mercy of the current.
Oh, there you go.
He used his knowledge to drain the canoe, right it, and help the paddlers to safely board again. The paddlers were most appreciative. He used this experience to tell students they never know when their paddling knowledge will be unexpectedly needed. In the past, he's demonstrated what to do in whitewater capsizes by having his students swim in minor rapids under the Shocks Mill Railroad Bridge on the Susquehanna River north of Marietta, and in the frothy Muddy Creek on the York County side of the river. There's a $10 fee for his classes, and all the money is plowed back into the maintenance fund to replace equipment such as lost paddles. It's nice to any money that you get goes right back into it, right? It's not having to be used for permits so that you can take these kids out and teach them to, launch somewhere. If you paddle a kayak or canoe, stand-up paddleboard, or open rowboat on most Pennsylvania waters, you will need either a boat registration or a launch permit on your watercraft. Both cost $22. You'll need one of them to launch from any PFBC boat launch or in state parks or state forests. Registering your vessel takes a few extra steps online or at an issuing agent's in stores that a boat launch permit. Every state recognizes a Pennsylvania boat registration, and it helps in recovering lost or stolen boats.
There you go.
Hot diggity.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would totally have to get used to if I moved to the States.
Yeah.
Was all these boat registrations, and you need to buy a permit if you're doing the canal systems here.
But that's just doesn't matter what you're paddling or riding on.
You need that
access for that. Yeah.
But knowing who needs permits and for the state or the county or
it's something to get used to, I guess.
Yeah, $22 though. I mean, that's not really that much. Unless it's different every time you use it.
Maybe.
Yeah. If it was like a yearly, here's I can launch anywhere for $22 a year. All right. As long as the money goes back into making sure those launch spots and everything are kept up and stuff like that, then that's awesome. And like I say, to get guys like Eichler here that are going and, you know what, I'm retired now. I'm going to keep doing this on my own through Well, he does it through his church. After years of doing it through the school as a teacher, then it just brings it. And, it shows he's got the commitment. He enjoys doing it. He's going to keep on doing it. So that's awesome. Other than that, you got anything else?
I've got nothing to add.
Why not?
Because I'm tapped out.
I'm tapping out. Oh, man. Yeah, I think this weekend. What are you up to this weekend?
Oh, I have something to do. It's not of my planning, but I got to do something. I can't remember what it was.
I've got something lined up.
I don't have it lined up. My wife has something lined up.
Oh, it's the honey-do list. Honey, do this.
No.
Honey, do that. Honey, take me here. Don't make plans. I've made them for you, Derek.
This time of year, I tried to do as little as possible on weekends.
I've attempted the same thing, and it has not been working out yet.
It doesn't work out.
I have been failing miserable at being lazy.
Yeah.
Because I look at something, I'm thinking, oh, that needs doing, that needs doing, that needs doing, that needs doing. Mind you, this week, I was watching some videos looking for some stuff, and I found this recipe. Bacon-wrapped chicken bites on the smoker.
Ooh.
So you get some chicken thighs, you cut them into bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
And then you get a package of bacon, you cut it in half. You get some toothpicks.
Oh.
And you roll one of the bite-sized pieces of chicken in half a piece of bacon and skewer it.
Oh, okay.
And you do that with all the rest of the chicken and bacon till you have no more chicken and bacon left. But you got a massive pile of chicken and bacon. And then you take brown sugar, turbinado sugar, and your favorite barbecue rub.
Yeah.
Mix it all up. Then you sprinkle it all on top of this bacon chicken bites. Then you smoke it for like an hour. Wow.
Sounds good.
They were. I gotta save some of these for Derek. Like we did with the pork belly or the pulled pork.
Yeah.
Remember you came over and had that pulled pork sandwiches? And these ones didn't make it. I tried the best I could to save you some, and I
well, you have to make
failed
more
at that as well.
Make more next time.
This is like perfect. Like if you're having a tailgate party, perfect food.
Oh yeah,
for that. Oh yeah, perfect food. It's still a little bit time consuming to put it all together.
Yeah,
but the actual cooking it and all that, and you use it with a big pile of these.
Okay, yeah.
Bite thingies, bite size. Well, they're like 2 bites. Like, those 2-bite brownies you get?
Yeah.
Well, they're just 2 bites with us. Just make sure you don't bite the toothpick.
Yeah.
And you're going to dip it into, I was dipping it into Kansas City barbecue sauce as well. Oh. Yeah.
Sounds so yummy. I'm hungry now.
So while I was trying to be lazy but not, that also happened. So, as much as I tried, mind you, I do have to straighten I got to build proper canoe and kayak racks in my garage.
I have to do the same thing, but not in my garage, in my backyard. I'm going to build a little roof, a shelter with a roof.
Yeah,
keep the rain and snow and sun off them.
I used to have my canoes out to the side of the garage.
Yeah.
And I'd put a tarp over them in the winter, that sort of deal, but that really wasn't.
I don't want to tarp mine. I want to build a roofed shelter. Just no walls, just a roof.
I was thinking about getting one of those pre-made, like, those, they got the steel frame, the little cloth garages.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got one of those.
Shelters or whatever you want to call them. I was thinking about putting one of those at the side.
You need it 20 foot long. Your kayak is how long?
16.
Yeah. And your canoes are 16.
Yeah. Everything's 16. Well, my one's 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it needs to be long.
Diagonally.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't be able to get in my backyard.
Yeah.
And it would need an entrance on both ends.
Yes.
So I could pass right through.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about getting one of those, and that way free up space in my garage too, right?
Yeah. Interesting.
Nah, I'm just going to build some racks in my garage. I'm done with it.
Yeah. So right now, what your winter tires, summer tires are the
my
stands?
winter tires are the stands for my kayak.
Yeah.
And then I got sawhorses there for my 2 canoes. It's like, but it takes up so much room having 2 canoes side by side.
Yeah.
Right? As opposed I could have 2 canoes and a kayak all piled high against the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
But that being said, I've also got that big,
the upper shelves
that are storage racks up there too.
Yeah.
My life is hell, Derek.
Need one of those shrink rays.
Right?
Yeah.
Where are these people? Where are these people that are making, all these scientists?
Yeah.
Why are they not on this?
Need PIM particles.
Right? and levitating.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's their other cousin. Those 3, there's things you see in Star. We don't need a holodeck. But we need shrink rays, transporters, and maglev things.
Maglev or anti-gravity sleds.
Yeah, anti-gravity devices that let us push and pull stuff around, no problems.
Yeah, make it easier to get up a mountain.
Right? Or down the mountain.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, a toboggan that doesn't touch snow?
Oh, no friction.
You would be down on the bottom of that hill.
I'm going to die.
Could you? You would go right over a cliff and not even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Are you just going to go straight down, or is it just going to keep going because it's anti-grav?
Yeah, and boy, whitewater could be a lot easier in a canoe because you just hover.
Be a lot calmer.
Float right over the whitewater.
Whitewater canoeing, anti-grav, just
right
right over the top.
I'm gonna paddle Niagara Falls
and just keep on. Yeah, right off the top and just keep going straight. Yeah, these are the things that keep me up at night, Derek.
Yeah,
these are the things that go through my head and keep me up at night.
Dear Santa.
I would like a shrink ray
for
Christmas. If you can't get me that, then don't leave me a bike either.
Make it happen.
All right, so nothing else?
Nothing else.
All righty. Well, if you want to find out more about us and our crazy ideas, you can find us at paddlingadventuresradio.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can download or stream all our episodes on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and all your favorite podcast downloading sites. Or you can just go to the episode page at paddlingadventuresradio.com and stream or download all our episodes there. If you enjoy the podcast, please share it with your friends, family, and fellow paddlers. I want to thank everybody for listening this week. I'm Sean Rowley.
And I'm Derek Specht. We'll see you next time.